please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag
of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which it stands, one nation,
under God, indivisible,
with liberty and justice for all.
Hi everyone, welcome to this week's Morning Buzz. I'm Stephen Rapora. Did you hit the beach last weekend? New Jersey had some unusually high temperatures on Saturday and Sunday, and while we may have all of the chance to be outside in a t-shirt in the middle of January, it brings about some concerns regarding climate change.
Here's a little bit of news with Izzy and Coco. Today we're going to be talking about climate change.
2019 was the third warmest year ever, and the last 6 years have continually been the warmest of all time.
In December, Australia experienced its warmest day ever of 107 degrees.
Whereas California wildfires attained national coverage, other climate atrocities have not been given the same platform.
If the Antarctic ice sheet melts faster, the sea levels will rise by 10 feet.
Tropical Storm Imelda dropped 43 inches of rain in Texas, putting it at the 7th wettest cyclone of all time.
The Gulf of Maine's sea level is rising dramatically, causing the fish population to decrease.
The level of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere reached 415 parts per million in May. The level we had hoped for in this year was 330 parts per million.
There must be a 7.6% reduction of carbon dioxide in the air for the next decade.
Let's now look at this segment honoring Martin Luther King Day.
This Monday, January 20th, is Martin Luther King Day. This holiday celebrates the life and achievements of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a driving force behind the civil rights movement that fought to end segregation in the United States.
Unlike many other civil rights leaders of the time, Dr. King's protests were nonviolent. King believed that through these practices, he would be able to end segregation. One of the most notable acts of civil disobedience that Dr. King organized was the Montgomery bus boycott of 1955. Because they were forced to ride in the back, African Americans refused to ride public buses until they were given fair treatment. Dr. King is best known for his I Have a Dream speech during the March on Washington in 1963. King famously stated that he dreamed that his children
will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character.
Sadly, Dr. King was assassinated in April of 1968. Although he is no longer with us, his words still resonate with Americans everywhere.
Hey movie fans, the 2020 Oscar nominations have been released. This week, let's take a look at the nominees for achievement in cinematography.
I prayed a lot.
The Irishman.
I prayed that I'd never sin again as long as I live, if I could just get out of here.
The Lighthouse. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. (1917). Joker. Who's your pick for this category? Stay tuned in the coming weeks as we highlight nominees from different categories leading up to Oscar night on February 9th. This week, we have a very special Bulldog Buddy, courtesy of Disney+.
Meet everyone's favorite little green creature, the child, aka Baby Yoda. This little guy may look like he's only a baby, but to your surprise, this cutie is 50 years old. He is the mystery child who basically was adopted by Mando.
The child enjoys eating frogs and playing with joysticks. You'll most likely catch him drinking soup. Though he may be small, the child has astounding powers connected to the Force. Thank you, Disney Plus, for sharing your adorable Baby Yoda.
In a new partnership with Sources of Strength, we'll be featuring feel-good segments inspired by categories like mental health, friendship, and spirituality. Here's a look at our first collaboration with Sources of Strength.
Who is a family member you look up to?
My mom.
She's a person to look up to, and she helps me with my schoolwork and being a good kid.
Someone that's in my family that's really important to me is my dad, and that's because he supports me through everything and I can tell him anything.
I'm grateful for my brother Sean because he's always been a good role model for me, and he's taught me a lot of things. Like, I wouldn't be where I am today in terms of my Fortnite skills if it weren't for him.
I look up to my brother Hudson.
Why?
Because he drives me to school every day, and he drives me places I want to go, and I just really appreciate it.
I am thankful for my mom because I can always ask her for help with anything.
Who is a family member that you look up to?
My grandma.
Why?
She's very wise, she makes very good food, and she overall is just a very nice person.
Thank you.
Can you name this week's movie mystery?
I thought my jokes were bad. You want to see a magic trick? I'm gonna make this pencil disappear.
Well, that's all for this week, everyone. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend.